showing you what we have. I have walnuts right here. I have apricots. I have figs, dates, prunes, and if you want to make it a little spicy, we have dried ginger, and this I'll get back to it later. So, first thing, to make our life a lot easier, we start by cutting the dry fruit. But you see, this one has a little chook cheek here. I throw it to the garbage. And the reason I'm cutting it before I'm putting it into the blender is to make the blender's life a little easier. And my parents never had a blender, and they just cut it like this or put it in the meat grinder. So let's cut. If you want to join me, make your own, go ahead. I'm cutting the figs first. The small little cubes, about a centimeter, or what do you call it, a quarter inch of each. There is one more ingredient that's needed here that I didn't specify yet, is the wine. You can use wine, or you can use juice. Usually it's grape juice. Don't tell anybody, I couldn't find grape juice, so this is fake juice. It's pomegranate juice, which will be really, really a little different taste, which I like anyway. Okay, cutting figs. Now it depends how much you want to do. If you have only a small family, you will do a lot less than what I'm doing. Like one fig instead of 4 or 5. I'm transferring it back to here, because I will use half of each. We have the dates. Some people do not use all these. You can use only one and one. It'll still be the brown kind of color. And it has to look just like the mortar or the mud that we used when we were slaves to build the pyramids or bricks or whatever else we were doing. When you use this, your hands will get sticky. So you will see me going to wash my hands a few times. If I was wearing gloves, it would stick to the glove. It would be, I'll have to change it almost every, on every different fruit. There we go. Cut the, one fruit at a time. This is a long process. They're very sweet, sometimes a little too sweet. Let me wash my hands one more time. I'll go and get another fruit. This one is the stickiest, so we'll have to wash our hands even more. It even sticks to the knife. The prunes that I got here are a little sticky. As you can see, they stick to the knife. That's okay. If anybody has some questions, raise your hand. Seth is helping me here. Probably he will let you speak. Will you, Seth? As you can see, I try to cut everything. And I'll get to the ginger. I'll leave it here on the side because not everybody wants it spicy. This is dry with sugar, which is sweet and spicy. I love it. I eat it every day. All right. Now we got the fruit cut up. You don't have to worry much about the nuts. One, you may do it in a big blender, or if you have a smaller, you can use immersion blender for a smaller size, which we will do a little later. All right, here we go. I take a little bit of dates. We got some cut up dates. We have apricot. I take a handful of walnuts. Some people like it when it's, when you put them in the oven and they get the little, how do you call it, Seth? When you put the stuff in the oven?
Like
roasted. You may roast it.
Or toasted, yeah.
And here we go. You don't need to use a lot because it's going to be, you're not going to eat it all day. So I got this, that. I'll put a little ginger for my flavor. Again, you do not have to put this. Let me wash my hands one more time because it's very sticky. And here we go. A little juice or wine. You want to pour it until you see it floating a little, that it's a little below the top of the cut up fruit. You cover it and you give it one pulse. Turn the thing on. Here we go, one pulse. What happened? Another pulse, and then I check on it. It is still needs a little grinding, so I keep it going. And sometimes, if it's a very small amount, you take one of those, you mix it up. And we keep on going. It's coming nicely. You cannot see what I'm sorry here. We don't have a multi-camera shoot, but it's getting there. You want it to be smooth, very, very smooth. So here we go, one more time. I'll add more juice. So you bounce around. Nice. More. Again, we didn't make a lot. It works better when you put a lot of it, but since we are going to be only two of us here for the Seder, it's a little silly to make so much. Usually, I would make it a whole big one here. Like I would fill it all the way to here, and then I'll have for everybody. And that's why it takes a little longer to do this. Whoever's calling me will have to wait. A little bit more. There. Keep on scraping from the sides to bring all the pieces to the center of the blender. And it's almost ready. So who do we have here? Alan, Adam. I can't see from here, it's all a little far. Hello. Good. Now, let's see what we got here. Yes. There we go. And we take into a plate. This will be a little crunchier than I usually make. But sometimes I let it be very, very smooth. But as I said, I'm not making a lot, so it won't, not in this blender. Let's see if it will work with the other blender better. And that's how we serve it. Now, that's one version of this beautiful charoset. And how do we eat it? Matzah. And we have this little spreading thing, spreading tool, and we put it on the matzah. It's yummy. Let me see. I don't know. I didn't taste it yet. I'm not sharing. Sorry. Who's that?
Diane with my dog Hogan.
Great. Now. Let me get rid of this big knife. I don't need it anymore. Now, one more thing. I told you I have another blender and this little secret thing. Some people are allergic to nuts. So how are we going to do this? How are we going to share it with them? And as you know, when we cook, we are very careful about our guests, and we always make sure that everybody has something to eat. So we're going to try a different style. I'm going to take the dates, put them in, the prunes, figs. I love figs. If you ever had fresh figs in Israel, this summer, I don't know if I'll be able to, but they are to die for. Apricots, nuts again, and the juice or the wine. And here we go. Oh, the most important, sunflower seeds. When you cannot use nuts, which I did here, you use sunflower seeds. So here we go. Sunflower seeds instead of nuts, or with nuts. And here we go. I cover it, make sure it doesn't blow all over the place. I'm sorry, I can't talk while that thing is going. You won't be able to hear me. Good. A little bit more juice. With the immersion blender, with this immersion blender, it comes a little smoother, a lot easier to do, with smaller sizes of charoset. And I'll show you how it looks compared to the other. Right? I won't make a mess and my wife won't yell at me. Here we go. We have a smoother charoset with sunflower seeds. Again, this time I mixed them all, but you may use only sunflower seeds instead of nuts. Some people use almonds too. And I even heard that you can add cinnamon. I spoke to my dad today, and he said that he sometimes adds cinnamon. Let me see. I'll add some cinnamon to the flavor. As you can see, it is brown, just like mud. Not like chocolate, but it just is good. Here we go. Let's try on another piece of matzah and see which one is better. There we go. This is not as spicy as the other. That's very good. Again, it depends on the kind of wine or juice that you use. Some might be a little more sour, some might be dry. So the whole idea is use what you like most. Really, make it to your palate. Don't follow exactly what I did. Just be creative and do some more. Before I let you go, I want to remind you that tonight we have a Kabbalat Shabbat at 6:15. Tomorrow we have Havdalah. And right after the Havdalah, you may join me for a concert. I'll be singing some Israeli oldies, some stuff that you all know, and I'll introduce some new stuff. Never done it before, but it's going to be fun. Thank you very much. Happy Pesach, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye. Yum, yum, yum.